10 infinities, 1,000 infinities, 1,000,000 infinities are the exact same as one infinity.
Sleepy Savior is a good friend of mine, and his video was about how on the Versus Battle Wiki they talk about destroying multiple infinities, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And he is right. I said I was going to get off the anti-power scalar kick, but this gives me a great opportunity to talk about some prime nerd math. There's a thought experiment called the Infinite Hotel, and it's used to prove that infinity plus another number is still infinity. You have a hotel with infinite rooms, and each room has a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so on and so forth. There are no end to the rooms. And all the rooms are full, except someone comes in and asks for a room. So how do you make room if every room is full? Well, there's no end to the rooms, so you tell everyone to get out of their room and move one room to the right. The person in room 1 is now in room 2, 2, 3, so on and so forth. Now, room 1 is empty, and your new guest is in room 1. So infinity plus 1 is still infinity. This holds true for any finite number. But what about an infinite number? What if you put another infinity into your infinity? Well, you tell everybody in your infinite rooms to move only into the even-numbered rooms. Then your new infinite can go into the odd-number rooms. So infinity plus infinity is still infinity. Infinity plus any number of infinities is still infinity. Now, there is a set of numbers called ordinal numbers, and they are specifically about numbers that come in order. So there is a number that comes after infinity. Basically, if you could count to infinity, this was the first number after, and it's called omega. But it's important to note that omega is not bigger than infinity, it is just after infinity. Infinity plus omega is still infinity large, it's just omega comes later. There's also something called countable and uncountable infinities. The set of all the integers is a countable infinity, but the set of all decimals from 0 to 1 is uncountable, because you could have an infinite decimal and then make a new decimal that has a different number in every different place. Then you shift that new number down to the second term. Then you make a third number, which has a different number in the first place than the first term has, and a different number in the second place than the second term has. And this is a totally new number that you haven't seen before. Then you put that number as your third term, and you do it again. And you keep doing this over and over again, and you can always get new terms. So all the numbers from 0 to 1 are uncountably infinite. That makes them a larger infinite set than normal infinity. Normal infinity in set theory is called Aleph 0. This is called Aleph 1. But in quantity, it never gets past 1. So it is not larger than the set of all integers, it just has more terms. It's wider, so to speak. And I've barely breached the topic of infinity. I'll gladly do more videos if you guys think it's interesting. But all of this is to say that Sleepy Savior was right. He's just right in a very interesting way.